So if you're like me and like to preserve physical media via digitization, then it's possible you may know how difficult it can be to transfer film. While you can buy an 8mm only scanner for under $200, the results are mediocre at best, and anything better and/or for larger film is going to be far more expensive. Now, some companies such as Kodak and MyMovieTransfer.com do offer reasonably priced transfers, and if you only have a couple films, I would look into using one of those services. But if you have more films you wish to save, then you may be looking for something a little cheaper and usable in your home. This is the setup I use to transfer 16mm films. It is literally a projector with a camera pointed at the lens. A phone screen is used to provide uniform light, although a well-diffused light source would work just as well. Now, this method isn't unheard of, but I take it to the next level by doing it all manually. Most people would have an Arduino hooked up to a stepper motor in the camera to have the process done automatically. But I don't have any of that, so instead I sat for an hour manually advancing the film and taking the photo with a remote. Here are the results of that now. Yup, 12 seconds. That's all I got. But all in all, I think it turned out really well. It's clear and focused, and other than being a little crooked, it's definitely better than just recording a projection of the film on a screen. Now, if you want to build this setup for yourself, it's pretty simple. Just buy any 16mm projector with a decent lens and an easily removable lamp compartment. Mine is a Graflex 16, for any of you wondering. Next, get a digital camera. I found that phones can work, but are a little bit of a hassle to get in focus. Also, make sure to pick up a decently sized SD card. If you plan to shoot any RAW formats, those files can get pretty big. My 128GB card lets me get around 5,000 photos at a 4K resolution. Then simply mount the camera close enough to the projector lens to where the image is in focus. Optionally, you can grab a remote for your camera. This helps reduce the risk of accidentally moving it while taking photos. After you're done digitizing the film, you can insert the SD card in your computer and transfer all the images to wherever you want. Now for this next part, I will be using macOS, but Stop Motion Animation Studio is also available for Windows. Drag all of the photos from wherever you have placed them into the Frames section here. Now give the software a couple minutes to scan all the photos. When it's finished, scroll the sidebar down until you see Movie Speed or Frames per Second. If your film is silent, set it between 16 and 18 frames per second. I tend to set it to 18 frames per second as it does look a little smoother. If your film is sound, then set it to 24 frames per second. After that's done, you can review your film by pressing the play button. If all looks good, then you can proceed to File, Share, then Movie. Keep in mind this may look slightly different on Windows. Next, simply use some editing software such as iMovie to flip the image vertically and horizontally, and if you want to, crop it. And with that, you're done. While this method can be a bit tedious at times and even a bit crude, its results aren't bad and it's not too expensive. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below, and I thank you for watching.